I've made some really good memories in high school and met some really amazing people. There are some things that I wish I could have done better if I were to have had a second chance. I try not to dwell on my regrets, but for the sake of this video, it's kind of just like a reflection on my high school experience. So I'm here to share with you guys my top 10 biggest high school regrets. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let's get started. So my first biggest regret is taking 2 years of Spanish rather than 3 years of Spanish. Now, Spanish is a language that I definitely want to become somewhat fluent in. If I had taken AP Spanish my junior year, I most likely would be a lot more fluent in the language. I'd probably have much better comprehension of the language, and I'd probably still be making more of an effort to improve on my Spanish to this day. But since I dropped off sophomore year, I kind of have just let it go, and I wish I hadn't, but I still plan on learning Spanish in the future. So my second regret is not taking community college classes or dual enrollment for some people. I didn't have transportation, which is like the main reason why I didn't do it, but if I had done it, I could have earned a lot of credits for college, which could have put me really ahead of the game. I have taken a lot of AP classes, which I anticipate will help me get ahead, but if I had taken community college classes, that would have put me even more ahead, which would have been really freaking cool, but whatever. So my third biggest high school regret is not hanging out with my friends outside of school. Now, there is definitely a difference between your school friends and your friends. I had a lot of school friends, but when it all comes down to it, I technically already graduated. My virtual graduation is online, so I can already feel that all my school friends, like I can feel myself drifting away from them. The friends who I hung out with outside of school, though, I can feel that our relationship will probably last much longer than those of my school friends. So I do definitely wish I made more of an effort to convert some of my school friends into my friends. So my fourth biggest high school regret is not keeping in touch with my teachers or forming better relationships with them. I've had some really amazing teachers in the past, and a lot of the times what would happen is that I would move up a grade and then I would stop seeing them as much, and I wouldn't pop in and say hi or ask about their day or just talk to them, and I really wish I would have kept some of these relationships a lot stronger. So I definitely will be making more of an effort to keep in touch with a lot of my teachers after high school. But me being an introvert, and having social anxiety, it might take a lot of effort, but we'll see what happens. So my fifth biggest high school regret is not getting involved. I guess you could say, like, with extracurriculars. There were two main reasons for this. One is that I didn't have transportation. Two is that I had pretty bad social anxiety. So, like, just, yeah. Do I really have to explain that? Like, I have really bad social anxiety. So it was hard for me to get involved. Even if I had the opportunity, sometimes my mind would just turn me away. And my sixth biggest regret goes along with my fifth, which is I regret not going to any school dances. Now, I did plan on going to my senior prom, but due to the Rona, that was canceled. And while this isn't something that I'm like really butthurt about, because I have social anxiety and prom is expensive, I do wish I could have just gotten the experience, because they do look like they were fun, and who wouldn't love to dress up just to take some cute pics? So my seventh biggest high school regret is never asking for help. Can you guess why? In case you haven't realized by now, my social anxiety has really affected my high school experience. I do believe that if I was able to ask those questions, if I was able to go to coach class, if I was able to, just be a little bit more vocal about my problems, like, there's a chance my GPA could have been higher. There's nothing wrong with asking for help, and I really wish I was able to do that, but unfortunately, it just wasn't so simple for me. My eighth biggest high school regret is not learning to be comfortable being on my own. I always envy the kids who could be comfortable eating lunch by themselves or just walking to class by themselves, because I don't know what it is, but I felt very, just being alone in high school is just something I was never really truly comfortable with. I do enjoy being by myself, but when you're surrounded by people laughing and talking with their friends, I always felt kind of uncomfortable, and I wish I was with somebody. I'm still growing, so I think eventually I will be more comfortable being by myself. So my ninth biggest high school regret is focusing so much on my grades. If you're trying to get into like a top school, like your grades are obviously gonna matter, but your extracurriculars are going to matter even more. Like there's so much to do in high school. There's so many aspects other than the grade, but it was just ingrained in my brain that I just had to get good grades, go graduate, go to a good college, get a good job, and all this and all that. But honestly, your grades, they should not be what you think about. I focused so much on my grades and I couldn't even achieve the 4.0 until my third year. The satisfaction of that was so low, and I don't even think it was worth like killing myself over. Like it was just ridiculous looking back on it now. It was honestly not worth it at all in my book. So yeah, and this ties into my last biggest regret, which is damaging my mental health for the sake of a letter grade. My anxiety has definitely increased by like about 50%. My self-esteem is definitely lowered a bit since then, because my self-esteem was tied to my grades. And yeah, I have a lot more sad moments now, so that's great. Thanks high school for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't low-key depressing thinking about what I just filmed, but like I hope if you are still in high school or about to enter high school, you can take something away from this. And if you already went through the whole thing like me, if you can relate to some of these things, or maybe you can't, please let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I'm gonna go cry now. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time.